This story is created for learning and entertainment. Any resemblance is purely coincidental. Far, far beneath the shimmering surface of the sea, there existed a kingdom unlike anything in the world above. Two little girls waited in the soft glow of their bedtime lamp, ready to be taken somewhere wonderful.
And a princess, Mama? Is there a princess?
Oh yes, my sweethearts. There's a wonderful princess. Both my darlings. Magic and a princess call, with hair the color of the deepest ocean. Her name
Was Aqua.
Far beneath the shimmering surface of the sea lay Azuria, the kingdom of the deep, where palaces were made of pearl, and light came from glowing creatures that drifted like gentle stars. In Azuria, the ruler of the throne was chosen not by birth alone, but by a sacred sign called the ocean's mark. The ancient law declared, "Whosoever is born with hair the color of the deepest ocean shall be chosen by the sea itself to one day rule as queen." The king had two daughters, Coral with her sea-green hair, and Marina with her golden locks. Beautiful and admired, but neither bore the ocean's mark. Then, from the king's second queen, a third daughter was born, and when the healers lifted her into the light, the chamber fell silent. The baby's hair was unmistakably, impossibly, beautifully blue. They named her Aqua. As little Aqua grew, the palace changed. Advisors bowed to her. Songs were written in her name, and Coral and Marina watched and began to envy. Jealousy is a strange and poisonous thing. It begins as a small, dark thought and grows until it clouds the heart like ink spreading through still water. The sisters had discovered a secret scroll, one that revealed the chosen princess alone was gifted with a power above all others. But they did not understand what it truly meant.
But Coral, if we send her above the surface, you think she will not survive?
They believed that sending Aqua into the upper world would end her. They were wrong, Coral says with a false, sweet smile. "Little sister, shall we take you to see the outer reefs? There are dancing lights and rainbow fish." One afternoon, they came to little Aqua with smiles they did not mean. Aqua clapped her tiny hands with joy and told no one where she was going. No one had yet told little Aqua was that any merfolk child who crossed the surface would lose their breath in the air above. With a cruel burst of magic, they thrust Aqua upward past the reef, past the light, past the surface. Aqua broke through the waves and breathed. She opened her eyes and saw clouds for the very first time. She was alone. She was frightened, but she was alive. The sea did not let her sink. It held her gently, as if keeping a promise. The ocean had not forgotten its chosen daughter. The sisters had expected silence, but the ocean kept its secret, and Aqua lived.
Those sisters are so mean. Why did they do that?
Because jealousy makes people do very foolish things, my love. But what Allah has already decided for Aqua, no jealousy in the world could change it. Not even a little bit.
That same evening, a fisherman named Hamid and his wife Layla were on the water, their nets empty, their hearts heavier still. For they had no children, and the longing had lived in their home for many years. "Hamid, look." There on the water floated a little girl. They pulled her from the sea. The shock of crossing worlds had clouded her small mind. She could not remember Azuria, or her mother, or the throne. She knew only her name.
She came from the sea, Hamid. She was sent to us. Aqua.
And so Aqua grew from a small lost child into a bright, kind, brave girl. Year by year, loved beyond measure by two people who had asked for nothing more than this. The house smelled of salt and fresh bread, and it was full of love. Down in Azuria, the palace was turned upside down. Guards searched every corridor, every cave, every shadow. No trace of Aqua was found. But Soraya Aqua's mother did not believe it. A mother's heart knows. It does not always know where its child is, but it knows the child is not gone. She fell ill, not from any wound the healers could treat, but from longing. She whispered Aqua's name each night like a prayer, and still she did not give up. She kept her heart turned toward Allah. She waited. She believed. 10 years passed.
That is so sad. So sad. Her mama must have cried so much.
She did, my darling, but she never stopped believing. Crying with a full heart and still saying, Ya Allah, I trust you. That is called Sabr. And you know who else did that? A very beloved prophet.
Which prophet, Mama? Tell us.
I will tell you at the very end, because the ending is where it all comes together.
Now,
10 years pass in Azuria, and in the world above, Aqua is growing up.
10 years passed. Aqua grew into a girl of 15, curious, kind, and uncommonly brave. She had always felt drawn to the ocean, sitting for hours at the shore as though waiting for something she could not name. Hamid and Layla had raised her with love and laughter and faith, and she had learned what it meant to be humble, to be kind, to love without condition. And it was here, at the shore, long before crowns and kingdoms, that Aqua met someone who would one day sit beside her on the throne. He did not know she was a princess. She did not know he was a prince. They were just two people drawn to the same ocean. Some things begin quietly.
You come here every day, don't you?
I have seen you, always staring at the sea like it owes you something.
A small smile, an honest word, two people watching the same horizon.
Maybe it does.
The best stories always start this way. And deep in Azuria, around this same time, Soraya had found word of an ancient sea seer, a luminous creature living at the very bottom of the ocean. When Soraya arrived, trembling with hope and fear, the seer looked at her and spoke before Soraya could say a single word.
You have come about your daughter.
She breathes. She laughs. She is loved. What was taken from you in cruelty was
Turned by Allah's wisdom into a blessing. She is being prepared. When her time comes, Cad, and it is coming soon, Haplide, she will return.
Soraya wept, but these tears tasted of something she had almost forgotten. Hope. On the morning of Aqua's 16th birthday, the sea began to glow. The waves stilled. The air held its breath. Aqua, daughter of the deep, it is time. She did not run. Something inside her had always known this moment would come. She walked forward, and the ocean opened for her like a welcome home. The power sleeping inside her bloomed in her chest like warm light. She could breathe in any world. She could speak to the sea. She could call the tides. But more than her power, she understood why the years on the shore had mattered. Hamid and Layla had taught her kindness. Hardship had taught her patience. A queen shaped only by a throne is only ever a ruler. The day Aqua descended into Azuria, every bioluminescent light in the palace blazed brighter than anyone could remember. Word spread before she even arrived. The blue-haired princess has returned from the upper world. Coral and Marina went pale when they saw her, grown, powerful, and carrying no anger in her eyes. They had expected a child. They found a queen. And then Soraya came running. And there are reunions that shake the ocean. Aqua, who had not known the name of her longing all these years, finally understood what she had been missing. Her mother. When the truth came out, the king wept. Coral and Marina could not lift their eyes. And the whole court waited, wondering what the queen would do.
I forgive you, not because what you did was small, but because I refuse to carry bitterness in a heart that was made for the ocean.
On the day Aqua was crowned Queen of Azuria, the ocean above the palace shone blue for 3 days.
Citizens of Azuria, behold your new queen. All hail Queen Aqua!
Hamid and Layla were brought to Azuria as honored guests. Aqua held Layla's hand throughout the ceremony.
These are my parents, too. They kept me safe when the ocean could not.
And beside her on the throne sat a young prince who had loved her not for her crown, but for the curious, ocean-gazing girl he had met at the shore, long before she knew who she was. That evening, after all the celebrations, Soraya and Aqua sat together in the palace garden, just the two of them.
Mama, why did all of this have to happen? Why did I have to be taken and lost? And grow up not knowing who I was? Let me tell you about a young man named Yusuf, peace be upon him. He was the most beloved son of a great prophet. His brothers were jealous of him, Samd, just as your sisters were jealous of you.
Yusuf was beloved, and his brothers let jealousy grow in their hearts until it became something dangerous. They threw him into a well. They thought they had ended his story, but they had not. His father, Prophet Yaqub, peace be upon him, wept until he nearly lost his sight. He grieved deeply, but he never, not once, stopped trusting Allah.
Only to Allah.
He kept his heart open. He kept hoping. And when Allah's plan unfolded, Yusuf did not merely survive. He became the treasurer of Egypt, a protector of nations,
My son,
a man
Yusuf,
whose wisdom saved
praise
thousands
be
of
to him
lives.
Who reunited us.
And he was
Father,
reunited with his
indeed,
family in
God
tears
is most
of joy.
merciful.
Every hardship had been preparing him. Every year of waiting
My
had been
son,
adding
Yusuf,
to what he would become.
Your sisters thought they were ending your story, Aqua. But they were only writing the chapter that made you ready for the throne.
What Allah has written for you, no jealousy in this world can take away.
So if someone is mean to us because they are jealous, it does not matter? Because Allah already has a plan for us?
Exactly, my clever Zirwa. What Allah has written for you, your place, your honor, your happiness can. No jealousy in this world can take it away. It will find you, just like the ocean found Aqua.
Like Aqua did. And like Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, did.
Exactly like them both. Now close your eyes, my loves. The ocean is resting.
The stars are out, and 2 little girls who are very loved-hand need to sleep.
And somewhere above the ocean, in a little house that smelled of salt and fresh bread, 2 lamps were left burning, as they always were, for the girl who had come home from the sea.
Good night, my ocean girls. May your dreams be as wide and beautiful.
Good night, Zirwa. Good night, Kiswa. Sleep well, little ones. The ocean will be there tomorrow.
What Allah has written for you, Elm, no jealousy in this world can take away.
Inspired by the story of Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, and the patience of Prophet Yaqub, peace be upon him,